What's up, y'all? Welcome to That's So Lauren podcast. My name is Lauren Miller. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not here, what? If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Lauren Miller again. I am an Enneagram 3. If you're in the Zodiacs, I'm a Sagittarius. I go to Georgia State University, political science major, theater minor. I want to go to law school at Texas Southern University, the biggest and largest HBCU in the South. And I think that pretty much sums up me. If you're black, if you're a girl, if you're a Christian, if you're a teen, there's something here for you. Okay, let's start off with music. This week, I really have not listened to any new music. I've been back on that Todd Galbraith encounter, which is, in my opinion, the fact that he didn't get a Grammy is BS. Face City, I've been on that, and some old Travis Green stuff is what I've been listening to this week. So that's definitely my top 3. I thought I was going to do Focus this week. I don't think I want to do Focus this week. I think I want to do... I don't know. I have 2 weeks left of school, and then I am officially done with my first semester in college, and I feel good. I feel like grade-wise, I think I'm pulling out with a 4.0. There's one class that makes me a little skeptical, but I'm going to talk to him about that when we come back from Thanksgiving break. But yeah, other than that, I feel really confident. I feel good. I just feel like I do a really good job of staying on top of my grades, but still not feeling like my whole life is consumed by my grades, if that makes sense. Like, everybody at this point, if you listen to the podcast, you know that I work at my school. I work at another dormitory or dorm, whatever you call it, about a 5-minute walk down the street. And so I'm a morning person. I like the morning. I just do. And so nobody wanted to work the earliest shift, which is from 6:45 to 9 a.m. And so I chose to work it because I was already up. And I'm like, if nobody else wants to do it, I'm going to do it. It shows initiative. Plus my bosses, they kind of do whatever I want them to do because they know, like, if somebody's going to sacrifice, it's going to be Lauren, right? But I chose that time. Mind you, our biggest, I guess, responsibility is just like checking, making sure people actually live here when they're coming in and out the building, checking people in and out, like guests in and out and things like that. So, mind you, it's 6:45 a.m. Nobody's really checking anybody in and out and things like that. So there's not much to do. So most of the time I am doing homework. I feel like college is about being strategic. Like, I'm very strategic. So like, I have homework, but because I'm at that desk for anywhere from 10 to 13 hours a week, that's 10 to 13 hours in the morning to study or to do homework and things like that. So I rarely ever do homework in my room unless I don't feel like doing it at the desk. Yeah, most times I do it at the desk, and so I'm getting paid essentially to do my homework. And that leaves me with countless hours to do other things like this podcast or like watching my favorite thing, watching movies or clean my room or just, like a lot of time I'm just laying down, things like that. But, which is why I feel like I can take on a heavier course load next semester. I'm taking 17 credit hours next semester right now. I'm thinking about shifting 4 of those to the summer, but I feel like I can handle it. Plus, I think I'm going to be an RA next semester. And everybody's like, don't do it. But I feel like because I am so strategic, I feel like I can handle everything and be successful. But that's a little life update. And I would just say, like, don't let people talk you out of things that you feel like you can do. Like, if you feel like you can do it, do it. Like, I'm not saying, work yourself to the bone and do things that aren't wise and they're going to ruin your mental health. But if you feel like you have the capacity to do something, then do it. Like, do it. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen doesn't work out and you shift, you pivot. Like, that's it. So, but yes, I am so excited, y'all. I looked at my calendar and realized that I've missed, like, I'm supposed to be way ahead of episodes. Today's episode 17. I'm supposed to be on, like, episode 20 by now or something like that. I said, oh my goodness, like, so I'm thinking. I am not saying, I'm thinking I'll make the time up. You know what I'll do? I'll do like the 12 days of Christmas. and just keep dropping pods to make up for the time. That's what I'm going to do. I know I've said it a bunch of times. That's for sure what I'm going to do. I'm writing it down right now. 12 days. Okay. Whenever I write something down, it is solidified. So y'all will get y'all's 25 episodes before December is out for sure. Now that I wrote it down. I am good. I don't know. I'm glad nothing catastrophic has been happening. That makes me happy because I hate when things like bother me. I just think that I'm trying to grow as a person. I'm trying to grow in literally every area of my life, and I feel like sometimes like roadblocks come. Did it sound like I said Roblox? I meant roadblock. Challenges come, and I feel like it can be very discouraging, especially when you're trying to move on or you're trying to grow, and it feels like the same thing keeps knocking you back. It's very hard to keep going. But other than that, I feel really good. I'm making strides in therapy. I'm not letting people affect me and their negative energy. I'm doing me, genuinely. That rhymes. I could be a rapper. Yeah, I'm just doing me. Like, I think there was a time where I cared a little more about other people's opinion of me and like trying to please everybody. Like, and I just feel like you have to get to a point where you start choosing yourself. And when people say choosing yourself, they mean like a selfish way that causes harm to other people. I'm not talking about in a way that causes harm to other people. When I say like choose yourself, I'm talking about decisions or things that you want to do that make you happy. So for example, there will be times people's like, oh, Lauren, you got to come here up this spot with me. We're going to do it's going to be so much fun. There's going to be boys there. We're going to Big crowds, a lot of noise don't make me happy. If anything, they stress me out. I can kind of handle it if I prepare for it, but even then, that's not what I prefer. Like if I could, choose, I would prefer to be in my room. I would prefer, be watching a movie or people that I really vibe with and things like that. And so there was a time, especially like in high school, I felt a little more pressure to be like, oh, like, okay, we can go out or we can do this. Now, you guys, anybody that knows me in college, what Lauren gonna do is be in her room, okay? You ain't gotta look. If I ever do something illegal, you ain't gotta look for me, okay? Come right up to my dorm room, and that's where I am. If I'm not there, I'm in class. If I'm not there, I'm at work. If I'm not at work, I'm in my room. It's only 3 places I'm gonna be. 4 places I'm gonna be, I'm sorry. Getting food, in my room, at work, or in the classroom. I stay at the same 4 places. If somebody really wanted to stop me, they could. I'm at the same 4 places, the same time every day. I listen. I'm not trying to compete with them. Like, that's what makes me happy. And I feel like a lot of times we do things to make other people happy, and it's good intent. What I'm finding out is that, like, sometimes it's not pure motives. Like, you wanting to please other people to make them happy is one thing. You wanting to please other people so that they can like you back and you can feel like worthy or loved, that's another thing. And so like just talking to my therapist about that and making sure everything I do is like the best decision, the best option for Lauren. Because I love seeing the people around me happy, but like I can only take so much, you know what I mean? Like even people, like, they're like, it's just so much. It's just so much. But choosing yourself, choosing things that make you happy. If that's in a relationship, that's in a friendship, choose things that make you happy. If you don't want to do that, don't do it. Or one of my homegirls, she dating this boy and they date like as if they're married. It's so weird. And so like they live together, things like that. And he wanted her, like he's very traditional and she's like not. I'm like, okay, if you're traditional and you're not, if you want her to be a housewife, cook, clean, and she wants to, make some money, blah, 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 then why? Like, leave. Do what makes you happy. I just feel like 2023, I told y'all already what type of time I'm on. If you missed that, go back to episode 2. I don't have time to be unhappy. I do not have time to be unhappy. I don't care who you are. If you make me feel stressed, tired, irritated, unloved, unappreciated, the likeliness of me talking to you is slim to none. I literally, I don't want to, I guess I'll say it. I literally, people who I've been friends with 8 years plus have disconnected from. And so if you don't think that I will throw up the deuces on you, then you're crazy. You're crazy. Okay? You're crazy. I'm not proud of that. I'm not happy about it, but I had to choose myself. In doing that over and over and over, I am seeing like slow like in my mood, in my irritability, like I see how I'm getting better by doing things that I actually want to do. You ever did something with somebody, like you ever say yes to something and you just sitting there miserable, like, oh my God, why am I here? Why are they talking? Why are they breathing? Oh my God. Why? Why would I do that over and over and over again? Like, it makes no sense. And if me being happy means that I have to break old ways or old traditions or old habits, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person. You are the only person that has to live with you 24/7. But yes, I've been spending a lot more time like in my Bible and stuff like that with God and just trying to like stay consistent with that. And I must say, you know, these folks don't be lying. The Bible it's kind of far. These stories be getting a little, Jesus. Like, it is interesting, and I'm just, sorry guys. And just trying to stay more consistent with that, I see the progress, again, in my mood. Like, I see the difference between when I do my devotional in the morning versus when I do it at night. I see the difference. I see the difference when I start off my days very calm versus when I start them off kind of chaotic. Like, I'm starting to see, okay, this works for me. This doesn't really work for me. And I feel like this is just a small step in me becoming an adult over time, and by the time I graduate college, I'll be able to start my life independently and things like that. But I'm really excited for the future. I'm really excited about 2023. I'm excited about school. I'm excited about these classes. I get to take beginning acting next semester. I am so excited for that. I feel like I'm going to get to express my creative side a little bit more. And that's another thing I will say. I've also been writing a lot this semester. The only thing is I haven't really been like recording music, or like hopefully I can by before the end of the year. It's unlikely. But yeah, I think that's my goal another goal for 2023 is like to do some more music and just to express that creative side. I think I've done amazing academically, and I deserve the world, respectfully. I deserve everything coming to me. That's good because I worked my butt off. But I'm excited. I feel, I guess excited really is the only word. I am anticipating lots of success, lots of clarity and focus, and genuine connections and friendships. I've never been a person who had a lot of people around me who I like deeply loved. Of course, you know, I have no issue meeting people and all that kind of stuff, but deep, meaningful connections, And through therapy, I'm learning that's actually like kind of my fault in a way. I think I've talked about this in another episode, but I do indeed struggle with vulnerability. And just figuring out why, like where did that start? Where was I? Who was I with? You know, figuring out that whole thing has just been a journey for sure. But I would say to sew it all together. Do not forfeit your creativity, your sanity, your mind, your peace for people who, a couple of things. A, can't go with you to the next level. B, don't want to see you succeed or see that bring strain to your life. And I'm not saying that there won't be small controversy or things, again, bumps in the road, but You don't, you don't, in at any given time, you don't need dead weight, but especially in 2023, you don't need dead weight. You don't need dead weight. You don't need people who don't, if you're a business, you don't need people who don't think for themselves. You don't need people who are unmotivated. If if you're just a regular person, you don't need negative Nancy's. You don't need people who call you to complain about the same thing. You don't need people who call to complain and they are able to fix their situation. No dead weight in 2023. I mean, ever, but especially in 2023. No dead weight. Drop it. Like, and I feel like another thing that people try to make disconnecting or like shifting the relationship a bad thing. It's not always bad. It's okay if I went from talking to you every day to once a week, or, from every month to every other month. Like, it's okay to redefine the relationship. That's okay. My issue with that is I have a hard time communicating that because I like to see people around me happy. That's where Lauren is a little but I'm working on it. But yes, it's okay to dial it back, and I feel like people are on this trend of like, ooh, I'm outgrowing people. You have the group of people who don't want to come to that realization, and they're outgrowing people, but they don't want to admit it because they're just, I love them so much. And then you have the other group that flexes about outgrowing people, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm outgrowing people. First of all, anybody who talks about I'm outgrowing people, they're lying. It's not fun. This is not a oh boy type of thing. This is a, oh my God. This is a wow. These are people I've known for a long time. These are things I've done for a long time. These are ways that I've thought for a long time or believed for a long time. And so to dismantle that is not something that I enjoy. This is not a hobby of mine. Like being like, oh, everybody from my past, everybody I grew up with, get out. Like, no. Like, so people who go on rants about outgrowing people, there's some cap on that app. They're lying. But outgrowing people is real. If you feel yourself outgrowing people, like, it hurts. It took me a very long time to start shifting dynamics. It's not always fun or comfortable. And I don't really keep people around me who don't mean that much to me, to be honest. Like, nobody on this planet can be like, I talk to Lauren every day. I don't talk to a soul every day, first of all. That is a fact. So I don't keep that many people close to me. If you are, that means you're very important to me, and I see something in you, and you mean a lot to me. But I think the good thing with that is that I avoid hurt, but I forfeit love. And so it's not always good. I'm not telling you to be like me, because, baby, it gets lonely at times for sure. But I just decided that I wanted to choose my hard. I'd rather there be one hard day or one hard hour than to have all these people around me and just feel drained. That is a feeling that I will never hear me. If you didn't hear nothing else I said on this podcast, I will never get back to a point where I am around people I don't want to be around or doing things I don't want to do to the point where I feel drained. Never again. I did it for a very long time. And I see my progression. I see how I'm getting better slowly, of course. But let me just put that out there. I will never be that drained ever again. I'm not going to let your life tire me. That's ridiculous. And it's never happening again. I promise you it's not. But yes, it's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to redefine relationships. 2023 is going to be a great year. 2022 is going to be, the ending of it is going to be a great year too. Let's not forsake the last, we have like a month left, maybe? A month and some change. Like, this year is not going to be hell, and then supernaturally when the clock strikes 12, it's going to be great. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that 2023 is going to be a great year. And I think that 2022, we're going to finish strong. And keep applying the things that we're learning. Therapy, y'all. Therapy is one of the weirdest things in my life. Because I don't see the progress weekly. I don't see it like, I feel fixed. I see it when I'm like, okay, this situation happened. I would have felt this way, or I would have handled it this way if this happened before. But now I handle it like this. That's how I see my progress. I don't see it like, I feel better. I see it in the way I feel and the way I handle situations. But anyway, I love you all. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all share with y'all's friends. Follow me on Instagram at @LaurenMiller__. That's LAURENMILLER__. And y'all know that y'all can follow the pod. A lot of y'all listen, but y'all don't follow the podcast. Follow the podcast. If you're on Apple, press subscribe. If you're on Google, I think it's ad or something like that. If you're on Amazon, like, don't just listen to it. I appreciate it. I really do. I love y'all. We're almost at 1,000 downloads. Hopefully we get there before 2023. But anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But y'all gotta follow too. Don't just listen. Don't be selfish. Send it to your, or even if you didn't enjoy the whole thing, your favorite part of it, text your friends. Say, listen to 22 through 24 or whatever, and just share the wealth. Okay. Share the wealth. I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. I hope this is an amazing Sunday, Monday, whatever day you listen to this podcast. I hope you have an amazing day. Be you. I heard something so profound today in a video. He said, the crazy thing about God is that God called you to be you. I don't know. I flipped out of my chair. Hopefully that blessed y'all too. Okay, I'm out of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.